Synopsis of the Books of the Bible. Numbers. By J.N. Darby. All Scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, truly furnished unto all good works. 2 Timothy 3 verses 16 and 17. Synopsis of the Books of the Bible. By John Nelson Darby. Numbers chapters 32 and 33. Blessing on this side of Jordan, the request of Reuben and Gad. There is another thing connected with this: if we have occasioned wars out of Canaan, it is also through the indispensable wars of the people of God against those who opposed their march through the wilderness, that they have acquired a good land, and, up to a certain point, rest, on this side Jordan, that river of death which serves as a boundary to the true land of promise. Having possessions down here to which the heart clings also to the blessings which are on this side Jordan, to that measure of rest which the people of God have acquired out of Canaan. Bring us not, they say, over Jordan. Moses felt the bearing of this wish. If he could not enter the land, according to the government of God, his heart was the nevertheless. He recalls the contempt of the pleasant land at Kadesh Barnea and severely rebukes Reuben and Gad. Patient waiting for the blessings of God over Jordan. However, the tribes engaging to go equally forward until the land were conquered, he grants their request and settles them in the land, with the half-tribe of Manasseh. Nevertheless, the history of the Holy Book shows us that these tribes were the first to suffer, and to fall into the hands of the Gentiles. Know ye not, says Ahab, that Ramoth and Gilead is ours, and the Syrians possess it? Happy they who patiently wait for the blessings of God, till they have gone over Jordan, and who, in the meanwhile, take patience for their portion, rather than the blessings which are on this side. Though they are the gifts of the providence of God, they are less secure, and even spiritual blessings, if the assembly take this world as the seat of them, though real, yet deceive the hopes of the saints. There are no frontiers like Jordan, appointed by God as such in his counsels of grace. God's government and his faithfulness during the wilderness journey. If God numbers his people name by name, he shows, at the same time, his government and his faithfulness, for, though he had kept them, as a people, yet there were none of the first numbering left, save Caleb and Joshua. He remembers, also, all their long journey through the wilderness. Each stage is before his eyes and in his memory, and now he lays down, in principle, the possession of the land by the people, and the total destruction of the inhabitants, who were to be entirely driven away and not to abide in the midst of Israel, else those who were left would be a torment for the people, and God also would do unto Israel, as he had done to those nations. It is a dangerous charity, then, that which spares the enemies of God, or rather which spares itself, through unbelief, in its conflicts with them, and which is soon led to form with them connections that bring the judgment which those enemies have inherited, and themselves also deserved.